Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Play the Hits. This is Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and Nick, what the hell's going on down by you? Is the world falling apart in rural Defiance, Ohio, the way that seems to be in the rest of the country, or?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're talking about. Are we talking about COVID economically or the riots?
Pick your poison.
Well, economically, things got better. I guess COVID's not a thing anymore, and we only had a few protests downtown.
Okay.
Oh, God, that was a boss.
It was supposed to be.
Does water still hurt you at this point in the game?
Yes, it does.
Okay, that's right.
We're gonna be just fine now. We're gonna be just fine. We got a pot roast.
Do you get the water item here, or do you get the crystal cloak? I forget.
You get the cloak. You get the cloak here, and then here's the real boss.
Right.
But
that's right.
Oh.
So I actually ended up looking this up on the wiki after we got done with that last episode and realized, yeah, I guess this is luck mode. I never knew that existed.
Really?
I'd have had all sorts of fun with this as a kid.
Do you know, I actually learned about this glitch, not from the internets the way we might today, but do you remember the old magazine PSM?
No.
PSM was a lot of fun. It was an unofficial PlayStation magazine that was better than anything that Sony put out on their own. So, like, in the early 2000s, they actually ended up, or maybe it was the mid-2000s, they actually ended up adopting it as their official publication, and only to kill it off shortly after.
Catch and kill.
But you know, it was kind of cool because their first issue ever was Final Fantasy VII, and I picked that up at a Walmart.
So I only ever had Nintendo Power as a child, and I was pretty vehement about collecting that.
Nintendo Power kicked ass, dude. There was a lot of fun, like, extras in those Nintendo Powers.
Oh yeah,
posters, comics.
Yeah, the comics, the arena, the letters to the editor, the envelope arts.
Oh god, yeah, where the kids would like submit fan art that varied wildly in quality.
But darn it, I mean, they were kids and it was fun.
Yeah, dude, can you imagine if like your half-assed drawing of Yoshi in math class got posted in Nintendo Power? Holy shit.
Oh, we just throw it up on DeviantArt now. I mean, I guess it's the same thing in principle, but
oh god, why does Yoshi have to have so much sex?
Did I ever tell you my Castlevania Symphony of the Night story, by the way?
There's a Symphony of the Night story?
Apparently.
I'm curious.
So, hold on a sec. I gotta watch these guys just drown.
No! I love their sound effect.
I don't feel good about myself.
Whoa! Why do they sound like so, like, stereotypically Japanese?
Well, gee, I can only wonder. It's almost as though this game was natively voiced in Japanese and later dubbed in English.
I thought Konami was a Mexican company.
Yeah,
oh god.
Sure. Anyways.
Whoops.
Oh, interesting.
It's gonna be a rough ride here.
Okay, there we go. We're fine.
We're
At least it can super jump underwater. So I just found this out last year. Somebody, I think Joseph had posted...
Sorry, I hate to cut you off here for a second, but I just got the knuckle duster. Can you picture fucking Alucard putting on a pair of brass knuckles and just beating the fuck out of somebody?
You know, just sprite swap him with Duke Nukem and you're fine.
Okay, now you can tell your story. I'm sorry.
Yeah, anyways, so I guess my brother had posted the soundtrack to Symphony of the Night or a rearrangement or something on Facebook, and someone had made a comment about, yeah, I got good memories about playing this in high school. Really appreciated when you gave me that save file of yours with all the with the bestiary complete and all the weapons found. That was crazy. And
that was your save, wasn't it?
And then someone else had commented, and I was like, whoa, okay, hold on a second here. And I chimed in and was like, well, what was the file name? Oh, it was Thor. Okay, hold on a sec. Why does everybody have my save file? And it turned out there was like 7 people that have my save file. And I'm like, okay, legit curious, how did all of you get a hold of my memory card? I don't know any of you.
This is the closest Nick will ever come to having a son. Just his legacy of Castlevania saves.
I got more people to steal my memory card than I do play the hits viewers.
Nick, I may have asked you this before. What's your favorite Castlevania?
Anyways, to round that out, I guess apparently my brother had let someone borrow my memory card at one point.
Gotcha.
This is strange because I'm highly, highly protective of that stuff.
Welcome
Right.
So,
aboard, O
go
Prince.
figure.
Shall I guide thee across the river?
Hi there, Shaft.
Yeah, right? Hey, Bargain Shaft.
Favorite Castlevania.
Favorite
there's
Castlevania.
That's a good question. I'm always kind of a bit of a mood gamer. Like certain games affect me like in a different mood at different times. You know, like I like different games for different things. What's your thoughts?
Well, Symphony of the Night's a little too obvious. But I also very much like Castlevania 3 is if we're going like really old school. And then I truly, truly enjoyed the first Lords of Shadow. So like,
It was fun.
Yeah, my favorite Castlevania classic is probably the third one. My favorite Metroidvania is the original Symphony of the Night. And then, favorite kind of like odd project that they tried to do with the series is definitely Lords of Shadow.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I've never thought that Lords of Shadow deserved even half the, crap that it got. But I guess it was just one more God of War clone that came out at just the wrong moment.
Yeah, and even then, like, I didn't notice people really starting to hate on it until its sequel came out.
Well, the sequel was rightly ridiculed. It was awful.
Yeah, I think for most people, Lords of Shadow was just a really decent game, and it was... And, for people who like kind of the God of War style, but don't dig, like, the ultra, like, machismo Kratos character, then, you could have a Belmont instead.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was basically just God of War with Castlevania characters, but I do like seeing classic series just represented in a different way. So, it was an easy sell for me. I liked
Same
it,
here.
and that's funny because I never liked God of War, so go figure.
I was okay with God of War. I liked the first two, and then I just completely fell off, but...
It was fine. It was nothing amazing.
Lords of Shadow definitely scratched my itch, and it was kind of cool, too, because it's like you said, it was certainly like Castlevania in flavor, but they brought it into kind of a whole new... It's almost like when The Dark Knight came out, and it's like, oh, wow, Batman can be a serious character if the directing and writing is good.
Oh, but also that movie that proved comic book movies didn't have to be universally goofy.
Yeah, and that's kind of like... So, we had so many years of Metroidvanias that people just kind of given, okay, so Castlevania is a series that, has some fun exploration and side-scrolling combat and stuff like that, but it doesn't take itself too seriously, and the plot is never anything to write home about. I love killing his eagle. No.
It was my only friend.
Just him.
Owl Knights. I wonder how many years you got to go to school to become an Owl Knight.
Yeah, right? Wow.
A very specialized class, and it looks like once you lose your owl, you're done.
Yep. All you can do is swing your sword around uselessly. Though I gotta say, he took the most damage out of any enemy I've fought thus far.
Yeah, I was surprised, especially for the Alucard sword. Go figure.
Yeah. But yeah, so with Castlevania games, like, depending on what era you're talking about, you're really not even talking about the same genre of game at a certain point. Which is why I'm comfortable giving you 3 answers for my favorite Castlevania.
Because it's been around for 25 years, and it's gone down different paths.
Yeah.
To answer your question, I recently just played Kid Dracula, which, if you've never played that, absolutely hilarious.
That was the one that was released for the first time in the West on that combo pack, right?
Yes, right. And it is... It is off the wall Japanese bonkers. I mean,
Ooh, I can
think
get on board with that.
the main villain is Gaudamov from this game,
Nice.
and yeah, you fight the Statue of Liberty at one point. That happens, as well as Spider-Man.
I love how it's technically canon that Alucard fought the Statue of Liberty.
But anyways, yeah, to provide an actual answer there. So I'm gonna say, believe it or not, my favorite in the series.
Oh my god. Sorry, go on.
In another 2 years, we might be low on health here.
Might be out of this corridor too.
In the whole series, I want to say was likely Order of Ecclesia, believe it or not.
Really?
That was right.
Talk about a left field pick.
Yeah, well, you know me, I always got to be contrarian, right?
That was the third DS one, right?
Yes, the third last, and where the series I felt like jumped the shark. It
did. I got that same feeling from that game.
It was building. It was building on everything that came out before it.
Yeah.
And it kind of also brought back that really tough difficulty spike as well.
That was one thing that I enjoyed very much about that game. It was the first time I felt like a Metroidvania was actually difficult since Circle of the Moon.
Yeah, they upped the difficulty. The quests were a fun addition. It had a lot of interesting, like, second quest remixes you could do. What else was there?
I love the town full of, like,
schlocky bosses.
That too. But I was gonna say schlocky Belmonts that were just kind of like apparently the Belmonts have been breeding really.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
And they were all kind of losers, you know, like I'm a shoemaker. I'll craft your sword. I don't care. They were like all like really malcontent to be Belmonts.
Yeah, I had completely forgotten about that. I should replay that.
You know, DS games are like the one thing that's almost impossible to play on this channel. I guess there are some Wii U ports, aren't there?
Oh, I mean, there's like no way to get a hold of those without a ROM.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should check that out, actually. But anyway, besides that.
Anywho, so yeah, that was my favorites. I was really hoping that Ritual of the Night was going to be my new favorite, but that did a lot well, but the end of the game just kind of falls apart where it just turns into a huge collection grind fest 100% the game, and it's just not worth it. So it was a really good 90%.
I actually have that on that Xbox service for PC.
Yeah, I mean, definitely play it. It was a great entry in the series. It's just the ending kind of fell flat on its face, but, you know, better games have done worse.
Konami didn't publish that, did they?
I would imagine not. No, this was the Kickstarter game by Koji Igarashi.
Right.
Yeah, so...
I didn't think so.
But yeah, by definition, it wasn't Castlevania, but it was.
Yeah, sure.
But, yeah, I mean, that was good. I guess there's a lot of people still upset on the internet about the fact it took a year to get Zangetsu mode and randomizer mode, but whatever, you know.
Oh, they're still adding DLC to it, huh?
Yeah, but it was DLC they said would be out like in a month or two after the game came out. It just people bitching about free stuff they didn't get.
Right.
Man,
come on, Red Skeleton.
Red Skeleton? Oh, you can kill him on top of it.
Yep. Oh,
not that it does you any good, but...
There we go. Oh, that's right. I need to be able to kick jump off this guy.
Yeah, you can do that too, can't you?
Mm-hmm. Well, anyway. We'll come back here. Now, Nick, the problem with waiting a week between episodes of a Metroidvania game, I can't remember where the hell I'm supposed to be going right now.
Especially if you're going to sequence break. You went underground, you got the coat, but I don't think that's necessarily what you needed. I think the last relevant thing you got was the wolf spirits?
Yes. So I think next I'm up in line to get Bat, aren't I? Or is it Mist in the Coliseum?
See, that's where I always get confused. I know one of them you got to beat Orlocks for, right?
Oh, good question. We're not even to the most interesting part of the game yet.
I know at some point you get an ability where you need to go back to the library. I think when you get missed, you have to go to the library to get the bats.
Right. And then we get double jump, and we can finally go to the clock tower.
But I think you can cheese the library with the mist. I'm not sure. Anyways.
Yeah, because you can do that mist glitch, right, where you keep transforming in and out of it.
That I've never learned, but you can use it in place of a double jump if you're being
Right.
tricky about it.
Okay, here we go. Jewel of Open. Bingo. This is right.
Oh,
I
right,
knew it was
okay.
somewhere around here.
Hey, there she is.
Alucard, was
Sup,
it?
baby?
We meet again.
How you
So it
doing?
seems.
You like my
As friendly
vest?
as ever, I see.
Did you even put on the new
Strange.
cloak?
This castle
No.
is different than I remember it.
This
Remember, the whole
castle
reason
is
I did this
feature
was so that we wouldn't have to deal with the god-awful inventory management in this game.
takes a
Oh,
new
yeah.
form.
Here I thought my mind was playing
We're just
tricks.
going pretty much straight through with this
There's
gear.
nothing for it. Till we meet again.
Yeah, well, it is some of the best in the game.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe if I chance upon the Valmon way, we'll equip that, but to really break the game, but
That's surprisingly simple to get your hands on.
it is. Just keep killing those knights in the Upside-Down Library, right?
No, it's actually the Schmoop heads in the
Schmoop
Upside
heads.
Down Library.
There we go.
but-
Oh, hey, did I tell you, I actually, because we started playing this, I did go ahead and start watching more of Season 2 of Castlevania, and I'm...
Season 3?
Yes, and I'm right where Alucard starts adopting and training Japanese children, is the best
Yes.
way I can describe that.
Well, yeah, it's not an inaccurate description.
Like, at first I was kind of wary. I'm like, are these just like... Are these intruders? They're going to screw him and try to kill him. But no, then all of a sudden, they're like rolling around in the grass together. And all right, cool. I guess Alucard's a dad now.
Oh, which immediately fills you with terror because then you begin to think, oh god, someone's going to get the shit murdered out of him.
Oh yeah, that's not going to last. He's going to lose
This
his
is
Japanese
Castlevania,
kids.
after all. Everything's got to be a fucking tragedy.
Indeed.
But how many episodes in are you?
Oh, I think that was like episode 4, 5,
Okay,
maybe.
Yeah, you're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed season 3
Yeah.
until I didn't. But
Okay.
that was very brief.
Sounds like me with the FF7 remake. I really enjoyed it until I didn't.
It's another one of those fall on your face at the finish line kind of things.
Oh, that's a bummer. Cuz see, I thought the
Well,
ending
for
of
me,
the ending of
but-
season 2 I thought was really strong. Like very, very well done. And like I actually felt something for Alucard and Dracula at the end.
well, yeah, season 2's finale was good. That's what kind of sold me on the series. It's well, I'll just say it suffers from Avengers syndrome.
Okay.
If the galaxy is going to get destroyed every third Tuesday of the month, well, then it stops being impressive.
Nick, do you have any for sins to confess while we're here?
This room is horrifying.
It is.
This
Like, this actually gets
scared me
into
as a
horror.
child.
It did. Yeah, same here. The music, too, just kind of gets you.
You know, it was funny. I had this music stuck in my head 2 years ago, and I was going nuts trying to figure out what it was.
Just these two notes going back and forth in your skull. Yeah, that would...
Yep.
Nick blacked out a few days and he started reading about this new serial killer that no one can identify. Like, oh, wait.
But enough about Condemned.
Right. Hey, they
No,
found
I
my
was-
glove. What the hell?
I was going through like a list of all the games I'd ever played, and I was like trying to go through the soundtracks on YouTube. I was like, no, it's not this one. Which one is it? This is driving me crazy.
Hey, we're about to get the shield rod, aren't we?
Oh yeah, you know that was
That'll
another
break
thing
the
that
game pretty
irritated
good,
me.
too.
There's just so many ways to just ruin this game's difficulty.
Yeah, well, technically I'm not supposed to have the Alucard shield right now, so the shield rod should not be really game-breaking until the end,
The
but...
shield rod is game breaking if you pair it with the Medusa shield.
I thought it was the
Medusa-
Alucard shield.
I don't know what the Alucard shield does, but if you pair it with Medusa, yeah, that destroys the game as well.
Okay. Is that... So one of them is where you just, like, walk into enemies and it just does, like, constant damage and heals you?
That must be the Alucard shield, because the Medusa shield just releases a laser beam.
Okay.
That's, yeah, ridiculously powerful. I love these badass boomerang skeletons just, you know, leaning against the wall having a smoke.
I know. Oh my
So-
god.
So,
What a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, I throw boomerangs.
It's kind of my thing. You want to see? I'll show you. Hold still. No, you're not holding still. No, it only hurts you if you hold still. Come on. No, just be cool about this. Alucard just has no patience for it.
Yeah, but do you vape? Oh, I vape.
I vape. I vape hard. Cherry is my flavor.
As he wears his Pickle Rick beanie hat, you know?
I was thinking of fedora, but that works too. Just a neck beard. Neck beard skeleton.
Fedora seems to be the...
oh, God.
The outfit of the hipster generation. The Pickle Rick hat seems to be the new millennials.
Okay. God damn. Really? Twice, Chris? Can we go for 3? What do you think, Nick?
Fool me once. Fool me twice.
There we go.
What am I thinking of the Count from Sesame Street while playing this game? That's not right.
Was I the only one who used to get a little turned on by that enemy? The invisible girl with the sword?
Oh.
The crows? Chris, you might have a problem.
I was still thinking of the Count from Sesame Street.
The Count from... 3 bitches for my bed.
Oh, gosh.
5 sexual assault allegations. Oh, that's right.
Boy, Sesame Street had a weird assortment of friends, didn't it?
It did.
You had a man that lived in a trash can. You had Bert and Ernie, who I assume were homosexuals.
I think everyone assumes that.
Blood-sucking creature and this diabetic blue shagrug who
gigantic ass bird and
yeah, a Snuffleupagus who may or may not be Big Bird's PTSD reimaginings from Vietnam.
I always just assumed Snuffleupagus was Ray Romano just coming to hang out with everybody. Oh, God. And then occasionally Paul Simon would show up to just drop some beats.
Yeah, they loved their celebrity appearances, didn't they?
That was straight up, I joke about that. That's straight up where I discovered Paul Simon, was on Sesame Street. And he's one of my favorite artists to this day.
You know, I remember when I was a kid, there was like an episode of Sesame Street called Waiting for Elmo. And it never quite registered in my head till I was an adult. There was a riff on Waiting for Godot.
Oh, I thought it was about divorce, but go on. Yours is more interesting.
No, I just, you know, it was a parody of the short story Waiting for Godot, and like,
there we go.
I suddenly had that moment where I realized, oh, these jokes are for the adults because they're smart jokes that kids aren't gonna get. Okay, all right.
Hey, look, it's a hippogriff. Fucking
there's
Harry Potter, my ass. Hey, bosses are actually taking damage.
Found out my little brother actually has been reading Harry Potter, like, on his own.
Oh, JoJo's finally reading Harry Potter, huh?
No, I'm actually talking about Dre.
Oh.
You look like you're doing well for yourself.
The 10-year-old.
I can picture JoJo alone. These books really fucking speak to me, man.
Do you know the name Richter Belmont?
Belmont.
Dice Dark. Oh, hold on.
Dice Dark, yeah, right. Nick, when are you gonna fucking play Final Fantasy Tactics for us?
Please let me know.
As soon as you acknowledge me telling you that game doesn't stream well.
I acknowledge it, I just don't care. Nick, we're Play the Hits. What do we stream that streams well?
Are you really ready for a 60-episode run-through of Final Fantasy Tactics?
You bet I am. I'll just let you grind between episodes.
This is Play the Hits, and today we're going to be grinding more crystal armor on the first level. Welcome to episode 32.
I'm not asking you to complete it. I just want you to get Sid and destroy Ultima. That's like all.
Baby Nick has one speed when it comes to Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy Tactics, and that's 100% completion.
So that's why
I know how to play it.
That's why you're so trepidatious about this.
It's not OCD anymore. Now it's just principle. I remember getting pissed off at a friend of mine in English class who was talking about going through Final Fantasy Tactics and not getting Javelin 2. God damn it! What do you mean you didn't get Javelin 2? Why are you even playing the damn game?
That is such a good game, though, man.
It's delightful. It's Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones was Game of Thrones.
That was another one where the ending like really made me feel things.
Made me feel things, not the least of which was confusion, but I guess other games have had rushed
I don't know,
endings
like when
before.
Delita got stabbed at the end, like that was like some serious, like, yeah, that's pretty much how his life had to end. I mean,
What? Excuse me, what?
when Delita got stabbed by the princess at the end.
I assumed he lived through that after he killed her.
Oh hell no, he had to have died there.
Oh, no. That is not the interpretation I took from it.
I've always assumed that he's dead, and like all of his like lusting for power and all of like his manipulation came to nothing because he fucked over the princess.
I got the impression he got everything he wanted, and that he was the only character who got that. Huh.
No,
Interesting.
see, that's certainly where they lead you to believe. It's like, okay, so basically everyone's dead or disenfranchised or they've lost everything except Delita, and then Delita shows up and it's just the princess who levels the playing field for him. Like he never would have thought that she'd be able to turn a knife on him, and she did. There we go.
Huh.
Now we're in business.
Yeah, I always got the impression that Delita didn't necessarily want it, but had to take the crown, you know, 'cause
Oh no, he
who
wanted
else?
that shit. He wanted like ever since his sister was killed.
Yeah, he
his
wanted
whole
it
thing.
to end the cycle.
No,
right?
no, he wanted it to take revenge. He was bloodthirsty, dude.
Yeah, on the system. And then after he tore it down, he put himself in its place.
Yeah, he figured that
And
at that point he was the only one who was fit to lead, and then the reason I think Delita is such a captivating character, and the reason I felt so strongly about that ending was because he, in my thought line of thinking, he became the exact thing he wanted to destroy.
No, not total different interpretation on my end. I always got the impression that what was it? That Delita was a bastard, but at the same time, he was the only one in 100 years who was able to bring peace to evilists. So it was,
Right.
an imperfect hero kind of thing.
I wouldn't call him a hero, but yeah, I can see that. So the whole thing is, like, at the very beginning of the game, you're introduced to the scholar who tells you that, you know, you've heard of the War of the Lions and how the great hero Delita Hyrule brought it to an end. But this is the real story. Like, Delita wasn't the hero that everyone made him out to be. It was actually this guy Ramza. Spoilers.
According to the wiki,
Go for it.
Delita likely survived the dagger wound,
Oh,
as
really?
in the official record. He maintained a long and peaceful rule while Ramza was never mentioned.
No shit.
Oran
He
Durai,
did survive.
who was publishing this account of the truth, was executed by the church as a heretic, but his descendant, Elzam Durir, would discover his papers and blah blah. Learn the
Yeah.
truth. Anyways, yeah.
So Delita
Alright.
did have a full reign. Oh. How about that?
There we go.
Well, you were right. And my whole interpretation of that game, well, I still would question whether or not Delita was any kind of hero, but certainly I was wrong about him dying.
Well, he was, like I said, he was imperfect, but he brought evilist peace, and I guess, well, fall in line or fall in love.
Yeah, I can see that. I like my way better, though.
Well, I find it very interesting that we took two completely interpretations of the events from that.
My interpretation was a result of having not read the lore, so...
Well, I didn't read the lore either. Like I said, that was just how I read events, but, but that's good. It's better than something that's cut and dry. Media's not fun unless, it leaves you thinking afterwards,
Yeah. And certainly
Like-
Tactics was good at that.
Yeah, I tend to like that stuff that stays with you afterwards and,
Mhm.
turn it over in your head later.
I've still
That
got
way,
to
it never quite ends.
I've still got to get you the PSP ROM of that game where it doesn't like chug every time someone casts a spell.
Oh, I believe I have that game. Yeah, that had the extra online multiplayer stuff, right?
Yeah, so the ROM, though, the reason I'd like to get you that is if you remember on the PSP version, every time a character took an action, like the game slowed down horribly. There's a
I
ROM
never ran
version of
into
it that
that.
fixes that.
Interesting.
So basically, it looks and plays exactly like the PS1
Don't you
original.
need to jump up to the right side?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
It
Right.
looks and plays exactly like the PS1 original, but with the PSP's translation.
Oh, okay.
Did I?
So, you reading anything these days?
Yeah, actually, I'm reading a book from 1995 that was just something I picked up randomly to not think about all of the crazy stuff going on in the world, but it turned out to be a book about a serial killer. It's called Intensity, and it's by oh crud, he's really famous, Dean Koontz.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you know
he's
Dean
written a
Koontz.
book
I
or
figured
two.
I was getting it. Yeah, right. He's written a lot. But I figured I was getting into like a crime thriller or something like that. And it certainly is. But holy shit, it was one of those where like you could tell he's like, okay, what's like the most shocking possible things that I can put into a book?
Ah, yes.
But
Well,
it delivers what it
suppose
promises.
If I
It's a
had
really
written
intense read.
45 books before this one, I guess you got to change it up, right?
Yeah,
Is that the hole in the floor place or not?
I know there is one. No.
Okay. It must have been the other room then. But anyways, yeah. No, I'm still just plugging away at Lords of Shadow, the Wheel of Time. So
Oh, that's right. What did you finish? Like book 8 or something?
I set a window of 1 year to finish it. I'm actually on book 11 right now.
11. Who's counting?
11. Yeah, right. I actually have a printout from the wiki page on my whiteboard to remind me where I am in the series right now.
That's awesome. Nope.
I actually just got to the last 3 books that Brian Sanderson started writing when Robert Jordan's health started to drop off. I think he had like pancreatic cancer. Or
Oh,
some
really?
such.
I never heard of that.
Yeah. But he left extensive notes and whatnot, and he wanted Sanderson to finish it for him so that no one else would touch it and screw it up.
That's a good
So-
strategy.
Essentially, what it looks like we're going to get is 3 really good books in the beginning and 3 really good books at the end, and a lot of mediocrity in the middle.
Well, you try to narrate your way through pancreatic cancer. There we go.
But no, I'm glad I stuck through it because I'm finally feeling like there's payoff. So my plan is to slowly transition Dre from reading Harry Potter into the Wheel of Time.
I could get on board with that. Sunglasses. Now, those aren't the ones that we have to wear during the Richter fight, are they?
No, those are holy goggles.
Yeah,
I think.
holy goggles. That's right.
I tried to think of what the most absurd name could be, but I'm pretty sure that's actually it.
Nick, do you know how much this would fuck up Alucard's ankles? Look at that.
A lot.
There it is. That was the point of all that.
To blow up the wall.
We didn't need to, though. We had already made it to the other side of that wall.
I guess just collection stuff. Okay, so you got the double jump. Now you go to the library, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
That'd be a real damn ironic thing for me to tell you that, considering this is where I got lost last time I played through.
No, but I think you're right.
I think I am as well.
But we had it backwards, though. I was thinking that the mist came before the double jump.
You might be right.
Well, no, I have the double jump, so I'm wrong.
Wait, you have the wolf, not the mist. That's right.
Right. Mist, I know you get in the Colosseum.
Thou...
Because that's how you get through that cage.
Yes.
I could use my library card, but I want to see what else is available to us with the double jump.
How do you get to the library? How do you get to the Colosseum, I wonder?
Through the library.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you now.
I gotta quit hitting every candle when I have full hearts.
You know, that's something that as I was playing through the Konami Anniversary Collection for Castlevania, I began to realize, like, oh, yeah, this is getting real annoying.
But at the same time, you can't not hit the candles, you know? It'll drive you nuts. Let's see here. I haven't been to the bottom of there. What's down here, Nick?
I think just the floor. Well, there's a room of some sort, right?
Yeah, you never know.
It's
Sure
always
shit not
nice when
taking
they
the
give you
ashes.
the peeping eye. You don't have to try to compulsively smack everything. Oh, good, a potion.
Sweet. Well, we didn't walk away empty-handed. I also didn't need to hit that door.
Nor will we ever need to necessarily use those potions, but...
No.
I don't know what it was. Every time I played through this game, like, using items was anathema to me. I never did it.
Well, you
I
know,
felt like it was cheating.
with Alucard's range of attacks, you really don't need any of the sub-weapons.
No, you don't, because this game is criminally easy.
It is. It is quite easy. What are you playing these days just for your own edification?
What am I playing? Well, right now I'm just... this is going to be so boring. I'm just playing through Terraria 1.4.
Oh, that's
some more.
right.
Yeah, I've just been doing some extensive base building, but aside from that, and this is mostly just because it came out on Switch, I'm also playing through Bug Fables again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got the I got the fever. I got the bug, if you will.
I got a fever, and the only thing that'll kill it is Bug Fable.
Yeah, it came out for the Switch on the 28th, and I had to splurge and buy a copy of it so I could play it on the go.
Yeah, right.
Just such a delightful Paper Mario ripoff, but you know, fun.
Nick, this is most certainly not the library, but we're here, so I'm going for it.
No, but there's dolls like in the library. Huh. I'm sure this leads somewhere too.
This may actually lead to the Colosseum. Obtain Spirit
Oh,
Orb.
That'll do something.
I think, is that one of the summons?
No, I think it's like some basic stuff, like it allows you to see the damage you do to enemies.
Yeah, that's it. You're right.
Okay, there we go.
Good call.
Memory's still intact.
48. The mystery is dead.
Well, now
Nick.
we know.
All mystery is dead.
I always thought that was weird in this game, where you had to get an item just to show the enemy's name.
Right.
But, you know, whatever.
It's actually kind of annoying in this game, too, because it's so big. Depending on, like, how low the ground is on the screen, it can, like, actually obstruct your vision.
You know, you're right. I never quite noticed that.
Hey!
Even after all those,
Skelorangs.
Hey, these guys again.
What's up, you want to fucking go? Oh god, he fucking took my boomerang. Why is every voice I do just Knuckles?
Pretty much. It's just like some sort of vague Italian, you know, vague threatening Italian. Speaking of which, not quite though. I'm really surprised. I think my favorite movie of all time at this point in my life is now Goodfellas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I usually watch it once a year when my for Mother's Day, because it's my mother's favorite movie.
Uh-huh.
And every now and then I'll see it on TV and I'll be like, you know, I can drop everything I'm doing and watch Goodfellas.
You know, Nick, one of my first memories of you, before we, like, really even knew each other or talked, we were in, like, one of those, like, freshman classes together at DC, like, that you had to take because they needed a way to pad out the curriculum and get your money. And
right.
the teacher did one of those, like, getting to know you exercises where we had to be in a circle and say, like, our name and our favorite movie or something like that. And I knew we were going to be friends because your answer at that time was Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I sure looked like one of those kids who would say that, didn't I?
Hey, it was a damn good movie. Okay, that definitely didn't take us to the Colosseum.
Huh.
Okay, back to the library.
All right, library card it is.
Yep, library card it is. You're absolutely right. I think I should, like, eat this whole pizza.
Yeah, I would just be like Dovahkiin.
Yeah, let's just fucking eat a whole pizza. Look at that. It's fucking Dracula's castle. Nobody gives a shit.
21 health, no negative side effect.
Bloating. Like, bloating is a side effect in this game.
We, back when I was in summer camp for Boy Scouts, we actually did I was in charge of doing the skit for summer camp, and we ended up doing a full 4 scenes from Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was an interesting summer.
Please tell me at least one of them was the Black Knight.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that was
you
a slow
can't
pitch across the plates.
Black Knight, the Knights Who Say Knee, the Tale of Sir Robin. What would be the fourth one?
How may I serve you?
How about this?
Didn't they have like a giant something or another? Did they do a Trojan horse spoof?
Was that Holy Grail?
I can't remember, but we had a Trojan penguin.
A Trojan penguin.
We had like a 12-foot tall cardboard penguin we had made, and damn it, we were going to use it for the skit.
That sounds amazing.
It was literally just laying around.
What does this do? Ring with holy powers. Strength, constitution,
does
intelligence, all
stats.
+1. Is there anything I actually need from this guy? That's a library
Another
card.
library card, that's about it. Gold wasn't particularly plentiful in this game, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
You got
You had
most
what
of
you
your gold
needed.
by selling gems, that's what it was.
Yeah. Which I never did.
No, because they're too precious.
Yeah, right? Might need those gems. What's Alucard gonna do after all this is over and his dad takes his allowance away?
Yeah, right? Oh, there you go.
Boom shakalaka. You probably want to go up more though. Or, I don't know.
You sure?
Well, there's a floor above me. Let's try this one first.
I'm sure this will turn out fine. Save room. Gotcha.
Okay. Now, actually, you know, I think it's Orlox's quarters before the Colosseum. Am I wrong?
I think the Orlox's, I'm not sure. Does Orlox even give you a necessary item?
I don't remember.
Yeah, you
Like I
got
said,
me.
it's been
can't
a
remember
solid
if it's-
10 years.
I can't remember if it's Orlox's room or the mummy's room, because it's the same room, just inverted.
Okay, yeah. Which I remember being one of the more difficult parts of the inverted castle. Though, like you
Which
said, the inverted Orlox's quarters.
No, that's actually one of the easiest bosses in the game. That's like Ramses II, the mummy.
Is it? What am I
I
thinking?
think he just stands there and throws toilet paper at you as you murder him.
Is the library tricky? None of the game's particularly tricky, but
You can get up there.
I know. Hold on. Just you hold on. These armored flea men are annoying as shit.
Yeah, they are serious.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
Really?
you can make it.
No,
Oh, you can't turn into mist. That's right.
not yet. I think
Okay.
I can definitely make that, though.
Oh, all right. Well,
Save myself the trouble. Fuck you.
these guys.
I got a
See, they're
Takemitsu.
annoying because you land the first hit, and
And then it's not over.
right. Well, because where their sprite falls after that doesn't depend on where you hit them.
Yep.
Oh, hey, is this the JoJo room?
I thought so.
You got to break the candle.
Is that it?
Yep, the stone mask from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, okay. There we go. For some reason, I thought you had to sit in the chair to do that. Holy Rod.
You'd think.
I thought that was going to be the shield mace. Where's the shield mace?
Shield mace.
Shield rod, whatever.
I think it's in the Colosseum.
Is it? Okay. For some reason, I thought that was
believe,
going to be
yeah.
it. I'm remembering things. I'm just not remembering correct things.
You clearly played this with a randomizer at some point.
Yeah,
We'll
right.
just go with that. Well, gee, it used to be in here.
That'd be really fun, actually. This
There's
game with a
a really
randomizer.
interesting Final Fantasy V reskin that turns it into a roguelike with a randomizer.
Really?
Quite interesting, yeah.
Huh.
I tinkered with that a little bit before I lost interest.
I can see that being fun, but holy shit, an RPG would be a really long project to do a randomizer with.
It was adjusted for length. Oh boy, Down goes the lesser demon.
Down goes Frasier.
Now we know why they called him a lesser and not a greater demon.
Yeah, right. It just says in parentheses behind his name, bitch demon. This is the demon that all the other demons make fun of.
I think this is where the item is. Damn it. Maybe you should just go with whatever side item you get. Alright, so now
We
you
do need the
mist.
mist. Okay.
Mist could pass.
Frank, we got a Frankfurter, Nick.
And good old-fashioned Frankfurter.
Frankfurter? That's a fun word to say.
Like what would they call a hamburger in Hamburg, Germany, where it originated? Meat patty.
Yeah, right. It's just something like really unimaginative.
It's like asking a Swede what they call Swedish fish in Swede.
Ground chuck sandwich.
Yes, I speak
Why?
I'm stuck doing a dog sitting job tomorrow, so now I gotta watch 4 dogs and a human child.
That's a lot of dogs. Hey, cheese.
That's a lot of legs in the room. That's how I explained it. Hey, bud. How are you?
You shut up. I heard there's cheese. I'm here for the
Yep.
cheese.
You had to stretch and get on the couch.
One of us had to. Which dog are we talking to right now?
Oh, that's the Dunkinator.
Dunkinator 9000.
Oh, he just wanted Rex's corner of the couch. Okay, that's what it was. This dog is constantly trying to assert dominance.
That's what Pooh Bear does. It doesn't matter what the space is, but if he can fill it, he will. No, wait, where the fuck do we get the mist?
Here we go.
Okay, wait, nope,
Here we
we're
go.
good.
You know?
Because we got the
Okay.
double jump. I know where to go.
Okay, because this is where I got stuck for the longest time, I think.
We're fine. We're gonna be
So
just
is
fine.
it to the Coliseum or is it to Olrox?
It's eventually to the Coliseum.
Yeah, they only seem to they said in the whole Castlevania series they seem to only trot Olrox out occasionally.
What's the etymology behind Orlox?
I think it's just a vampire from this series that
Because that's what. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the original vampire, like the original Dracula adaptation, Nosferatu, that's what they called him, right? Orlox? Or am I wrong?
Ooh, that would be interesting.
If you could look that up, I think I'm right on that, but I could be wrong.
That is interesting. I would like to know because I've always been curious about that myself.
Yeah, what's the vampire's name in Nosferatu? Sitting on pins and needles here. Oh, for God's sake. Is there anything more
Oh.
annoying than Medusa?
It
What's the
was
verdict?
Count Orlok.
It was, okay.
Well, how about that?
Except I called him Orlox, like, as in salmon.
Banned in Sweden due to excessive horror.
If you watch it, man, it's one... For some reason, like, you know how old movies just look freaky even when they're being...
I have it on my list right up there with Dracula Dead and loving it for when I have time.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed that, like, older films just tend to look freaky even when they're not trying to?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, if you ever watch old episodes of The Three Stooges, like, there's nothing horrific about them, but there's something unsettling about, like, old-timey shit. I'm not sure why.
Maybe it has something to do with the limited number of frames and how everything looks a little jerky.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
The name Nosferatu has been presented as a possibly archaic Russian word synonymous with vampire.
Okay.
Okay, see, I always thought the vampire's name in that was Nosferatu. Alright, I got you now.
Okay, this time we're going to be patient.
Now you can do some cool stuff here if you launch yourself as the wolf from this platform.
I'm going to
anyway.
double jump.
I'm gonna get some water, I'll be right back.
Okay, go for it. I'll still be working on this when you get back. Come here, you. Magic missile. No! Wait, no? Maybe? Am I gonna be alright here? Son of a bitch.
So do you want to hear about my war with the corporate ice cream machine?
Corporate ice cream machine. Hit me with it.
Okay, so
Oh god, this isn't about Ben and Jerry's being hacks again, is it, Nick?
no, they make wonderful ice cream. I don't even know what their politics are. No, so
I like how you did take it to politics, though. No, go on.
well, I mean that's like the thing. Like every time you mention Ben and Jerry's, you're like, yeah, damn liberals, something, colored people lovers. Anyways,
Yeah.
anyways, I got ice cream from Eric's Ice Cream here in town, and it was
Oh, that's good shit.
it was a Oreo coffee
Oh, God damn it.
ice cream chiller, and it was $6.
Whoa.
Almost the cost of a pizza. And I was livid about this. I was like, no, we're not doing this anymore. This is the last time I buy this $6 delicacy. And my sister was like, why don't you just
They've
make
really
your
jacked
own?
up their prices.
Well, times are tough all over, right? Plus, I guess
Here
that's
we
like
go.
a super premium product. But anyways, so my sister Angelina's like, why don't you just make your own? It's like, I could do that.
Make
She's like, no,
mine.
Nick,
Make
you did
my
this all
own.
last summer. You complained about the same thing, and you ended up making your own. It's like, oh, and how did I do this? Your ice cream machine in the freezer. Oh yeah, I do have an ice cream machine in the freezer
You know,
that I'm not using.
I feel like with all of those like novelty home cooking items, that's always how it ends up. You start off like, yeah, I'm gonna totally make my own ice cream, and then you end up never using it.
Well, I mean, with the house move and it being dead winter.
Oh, I love when that
Why,
happens. That is cool.
Hello. Yeah. So, anyways, I had just completely forgotten I had. So I went and bought supplies today, and long story short, I now have 2 pounds of ice cream for the cost of going to Eric's.
Score. Okay, that's 2 of them.
No, there's 2 in the other room. I feel like we've done this puzzle before. Wasn't
Well,
this
yeah.
also in the Rondo of something or another?
This is the door that gets open.
Yeah.
We just need... Yeah, this is the one. Now, can I hit it from here?
You can get a little bit wet, fall in the water. Well, that's one solution.
Oh, God.
And then that happens.
Did that do it?
No, I don't think
It
so.
didn't click?
I didn't hear it.
There it is.
There, okay.
Wait,
I
were
woke
there
up
4?
this- Yeah, there's 4.
Oh, God damn it. I thought there was 3.
3? An odd number? No.
Oh, there it is.
They're all equally annoying. There. I thought you had it. Now you had to overcomplicate it.
Give me that click. Hey, is that a Medusa shield? It is.
Hey, you're halfway there.
Living on a prayer.
Now you just need the shield rod in your set. Yeah, the
Was that it?
shield rod and
Nope.
tell me. No. Alright. Well, this one is being stubborn.
There it is. Oh, God damn it. Okay, so one of 2 things. Either there's a 5th one, or I didn't get the first one, which I think is more likely.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I'll go back and
There
check.
we go.
And okay,
That was it.
there.
God, fucking Medusas. What is more annoying than the Medusa? Well, that was a massive waste of time.
I think it's significantly better in the inverted version of the castle.
Oh, okay. It's also harder to do, isn't it?
I think so.
No!
No, my holy water that I don't really use.
I'll be damned if I'm using the ashes, though.
So where does the clock tower lead us?
I hate to keep saying Colosseum, but I'm pretty sure Colosseum. First Orlox, then Colosseum.
This is just one of those games where I just can, for the life of me, never remember the sequence of areas.
Damn. Oh my god.
Ooh.
It's like deliberately annoying. Fucking harpy. Okay.
Now, I think we can break that wall to your right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, which is why I killed the harpy. Oh!
Oh,
Flea bags.
boy, more of those guys. Yippee!
Yippee-ki-yay. We're about at the end of this episode too, damn.
That was quick.
But at least we did figure out where we're going, finally. Oh, for God's sake.
Useful when that's what you need to do.
Goddamn Fleamen. The Fleamen are a proud people.
Oh, this guy. Yeah, you can get the Heaven Sword from him if your luck is high enough.
Well, you would think.
It's a pretty neat sword.
Hey, that helps. I took so much damage from those Medusas.
Oh, yeah. It's always nice to get a complete health kit.
That was one thing I really enjoyed about the Aria and Dawn of Sorrow games. They introduced different kinds of swords. There were like heavy swords and the whip sword, which was only one sword, and they made it seem in the trailers like it was going to be a much bigger part of the game.
That's funny because they kind of did the same thing with Ritual of the Night as well.
That was kind of a cool idea, though.
Item.
Like, I was thinking that'd be great for platforming and shit like that, and no, it's just like a one-off kind of crappy item that you get near the beginning of the game.
You know what? It sounds like one of those items that, like, something they think about or something they come up with as an early concept for the game.
Right, and they draw a lot of art of it.
Yeah, and then ultimately they're like, well, we don't know what to do with it.
Like the Buster Sword in the original Final Fantasy VII. Like, this is iconic. This weapon means so much to the lore of the game. Yeah, I'm gonna not use it anymore after 2 hours.
What
the fuck are you guys pointing at?
My other TV? Interesting.
Nope.
I can't remember. Do you fight death in this game or not?
Yes. Remember, he stole all your stuff.
Oh, of course.
I'm gonna let him get away with that shit.
That's right.
TNT,
You
I
fight
love
him.
that.
Huh.
Where you break open that wall and there's just a stick of dynamite. And a shuriken.
Yeah, that's right. You fight him in the inverted catacombs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can just stun lock this guy. Thing.
What was that?
Creature. Oh, nothing of importance.
Okay. So we probably... I bet you that was just a save room. So there was that part of the clock tower where we broke through the wall and headed this way. I'm willing to bet that the other direction was just a... Oh, wait, no. Never mind, we're good. We made it. I'm talking shit.
I think this just... Does this loop around to another section?
I'm talking a bunch of nonsense. Don't you worry, Nick. Here's where we fight, Richter. Richter, chicken dinner.
Now there's something to the... Okay, a save room.
Yeah.
But obviously we don't fight Richter.
Unless it's next time on Play the Hits.
Unless it's just a 2-episode off and we just kill Richter and get the bad ending.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what we did with Titan Souls last year, so...
Well, it turns out we were the monsters the whole time.
That's right. That game just didn't engage me enough to pursue the true ending. Nick, this is a lot of fun for me. I'm greatly enjoying myself. I don't know about you, but...
I am enjoying the fact that, again, this is a game I perpetually never know where I'm going. So it's fun because now I get to watch someone else do it, and I don't have to be stressed out about trying to figure out where the damn mist metal is.
It's new every time, yeah. All right, Nick, we will see you next time right here on Play the Hits.